Hello and welcome back again, Agent B13, back for a little bit more ring domination. As you can see, I've moved on from Heath Slater. We've checked that one off the list. Late last night before I actually went to bed, I was able to finish him off. So I was able to spend plenty of time with the fam today. That was great, and I got a little bit of Supercard in at the same time. As you can see, I've got some work on Ember Moon done. Flair, I see you're here already. Great to see you, buddy. But let's get right into it. Let's see how far we can go on Ember today. Okay. Probably would have been on a little bit earlier. Notification squad. That would definitely be you, Flair. You're on Ultimate. Nice. Very good. Probably would have been on a little bit earlier. As anyone who's listening to this, either current or on archive, anyone who knows me well probably knows how diehard of a hockey fan I am. The NHL just had their draft lottery tonight, and my team, for the first time ever, because their playoff streak was 25 years long, had never been in the draft lottery for not making the playoffs since it was brought into being. So this was our first go around at the draft lottery, and it didn't go great. So I needed some time to come to terms with that. Oh, Flair, you sent an invite. Maybe just message me what in-game name you're using, and I'll filter through those later on. Yes, you are correct. I bleed red and white Detroit. It's okay. I mean, all the experts are saying this is a weak draft class anyway. So even if the 6.7% chance they had to get the number one pick in the draft had gone through, even if they gotten it, by all accounts, there's no huge generational superstar in this draft anyway. So I guess if there was a draft to crap out in the lottery for, I guess this was the one. Okay. Let's go here. Last night was a pretty big night. I was really impressed with the numbers that we got here. It was a really rocking stream. I'm hoping we can at least partially emulate that tonight. Hopefully, some more people will stop by. Um, I took a look into because I have delusions of grandeur. I took a look into the Twitch affiliate program I've heard people talking about. I took a look at the minimum requirements for that, and I realized that other than for the fact that I've only just recently started streaming, so my averages aren't very high for number of days that I stream and the overall minutes logged streaming, I'm not that terribly far off from qualifying for affiliation. So I think I'm going to try to make that a short-term goal for this channel. I would like to try to make it to the level of a Twitch affiliate. So hopefully we can make that happen in the near future. But first off, let's finish this match. That's the first thing we need to do. Dev, hey, welcome back, buddy. How you doing? All right, first polls of the night. Does anybody want to call their shot? I'm putting it open to the floor. Good. How about me? I was doing well until about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours ago. I was just explaining to Flair that the draft lottery for the NHL was tonight, and my team, out of the 4 spots that they could have ended up picking without being in the top 3, they placed the second worst. They drew the second worst position they could have drawn. So that really didn't sit well for me. Let's see. Call background and top right corner. So for background, I won't go top right. I want to keep them separate. Let's go. I'm going to do top left and top right. So Flair, you said yours first. So nothing in the top left and top right. No dice there. Okay. I'll use the other 2. Man, oh man. This one's kind of all over the place. Sometimes you can kind of see patterns, but I'm not really finding one with Ember on this one. I'm gonna go bottom left. I'm gonna take those 2 in the bottom left. Nothing. No joy. No joy at all. Alright, moving on. Moving on. Dev, middle. I'll do middle for the start of the next one. I hope everyone else's nights are going well. One more day left in the weekend tomorrow. Nice, nice. Moving on up. What was your freebie, Flair? I can't remember if that was the one you showed me or if you showed me getting Ember, because I recall that earlier on today. Actually, let me see if I can. I might still have it here. Oh, and I'm logged into my. I'm logged into my other Twitter account that's separate from my gaming stuff. Oh, if I'll see it later on then at least. Yes, Naomi. Yes, that's right. You did show me that. No, that's awesome, dude. Congrats. Okay. It looks like we lost Dev, but I'm still going to go ahead with his pick on the middle. Uh, there's, I'll do both middle ones, just in case. So nothing there. Let's go with... Man, I just don't know. I'm going to go on the right side. Nothing and nothing. Oh well. If I have to clear the board, I'll clear the board. There is still tomorrow. I'm not terribly concerned. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up getting Ember, which is good. She'll be the 4th female in my RTG deck at this point. Unless something amazing like Lana comes out of the fusion pot. Ultimate Fusion, yeah, man. They've definitely helped out my deck. It does cost a lot when you're not already solidly in that tier, but if you can find a way to afford it that doesn't hurt your... I don't even like using stuff that goes into my event deck, so I'm very cautious about that. But as long as I can pay for something without affecting that, I'll absolutely do it. I also tend to toss enhancements in there an awful lot too. Imagine you do it twice and get Lana both times. Yes, that would indeed be glorious, and I was certainly hoping that was going to be the case. I didn't necessarily need Tyler Breeze or Sheamus. I found a way to use them, but I would have much preferred to get Lana. I've got enough ultimate cards now that I could have dealt with. I could have dealt with not having them. Yeah, the male ultimates. There's nothing wrong with them at all. I was just in a position where I didn't really need them starting off for where I was, uh, just getting into in deeper into elite. So I didn't really need them. I was still hurting for good female cards. Um, but yeah, I mean, certainly if you're just getting into like elite now, those ultimate males are really gonna help that. They're really gonna help your cause. Let's cut right up through this swath here on the left. Oh man, give me a break here. Oh, there we go. Haha, that was so dark I couldn't see that it actually was a rare. Okay, okay, well not bad. I'm going to use that doubler right away. Ember's pretty much my target card at this point, so there's really no point in me holding on to pick doublers any longer. I'm pretty sure once I'm done with her, I'm probably gonna go right back to ranked and wild mode to finish off Austin Aries so I can pro him. Told you it would be the background. Oh, you weren't wrong. You just we had to do one or two shard pulls before you were correct, but you were in fact correct. Oh, look at you! Look at you bringing in your ultimate Rollins. Okay, let's go. No, why would I do that? No. I don't necessarily need to take back Rhino. Uh, yeah. What I'll probably do for that flare, I'll throw the standby screen back up, just to keep some of the team information because that's going to bring up some stuff I don't really want being on stream just yet. And I'll take a look into that. We'll just do that after this fight's done. If I recall, though, after my former teammate came back, I think we're sitting, if my memory serves, which take that with a grain of salt, I think it puts us about halfway through the bar for ultimate. So I think we could be all right. But we'll see. No, first off is the matter of where this shard is. Let's try. I keep leaning on the right side because there's so few shards that have come out of here. Still nothing. Let's try the next four. I'm going to stay to the right. Wow. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, at this rate, I should just stay to the left-hand side. That's all going to clear it, and then everything's going to be on the right. Okay. Uh, I am just going to pop up the standby screen for a moment while I do a couple of things, and we'll be right back to the action. So just sit tight. Alright, and we are back. Now, that bit of business is taken care of, let us move right back into the action. Perfect. Get that hardened bout. Wardo 1989, welcome back. Carlos Scorpion, welcome. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday night. How are your ring doms going this evening if you are participating at this point in time? Oh, Flair, you're very welcome. As I said, I'm more than willing to give people a chance. So hopefully you'll enjoy your stay. For anybody else that's on the stream, my team conspirators, I am willing to take people on when there is an open spot. Flair is in fact one of those people that we've just brought on. The team is currently full, but if at some point there is any turnabout and some spots do open up, I will be keeping people updated as to what tier we are and what rank we're looking for as a minimum, but I'd be more than happy to give other people chances if they so desire. Matter of fact, you might be able to see in the top left corner the most recent follower. Afor is actually one of my generals, so if you do see him on the stream at any point, feel free to ask him about the team. He may have some insight that I, as the owner, maybe overlook. But I'm expecting it'll be all mostly positive. I very rarely hear any negative feedback, even from those that end up leaving on their own terms. We actually just got someone who left on their own terms and came back to the team and actually brought us into Ultimate Tier. Yes, Team Road to Glory will be the next one, which we always seem to do better with anyway, which is good. And I prefer that anyway because you're, at least with Road to Glory, you're working up. You don't usually have to work down. I find with Ring Dom, you more often than not, unless you're lucky, with what people get and what they can pro or what they can add to the decks to increase their tier, you mostly go from your opening card down to the tier below it rather than the tier above it. Whereas with Road to Glory, if you just keep pounding out the points, you just keep going. It doesn't really matter. You couldn't get the card of your tier and keep on going. Well, Flair, I will tell you the same thing that I tell all of my team members for every event. I only ask that people do what they can when they can. That's really the only thing I can ask. I mean, that's all I could ask of myself. It's all I'm ever going to ask of my teammates. Now, that said, we do have minimums that we put in place, but they're very reasonable. It's basically just there so that people realize that we're not just going to carry people over multiple events. Again, I don't mind if someone has something come up that they have to miss a team event, but if it becomes a pattern, that's when it becomes a problem for me. Okay, so I go to the left side this time, and I'm still coming up with nothing. These shards are going to reveal themselves sooner or later. This is so many So many almost complete board sweeps. It's got to stop. It has to stop. I need them lucky pulls. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. This has been an insane amount of board sweeps. I honestly thought I would be further into Ember than I am right now. Still not at the point where I'm concerned about it. More just frustrated. But it will be fine. It will work out in the end. Everything is all right. Even my teams, not my Supercard teams, my hockey teams, crappy position that they're currently in, it's all going to be all right. It's all going to work itself out. Mommy, hold me. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good Saturday evening. Oh, look at you trying your cute stuff here and it's failing. You're not going to stop me. Why do you even try? What you know what you're going to do? You know what you're going to do here. You're going to give me a perfect game. That's what you're going to do. You're going to give me a perfect game and I'm going to reveal a part of Ember Moon. That's what's going to happen. We're going to get a shard pull out of this because you're going to give me a perfect game. Go ahead. Go ahead. Come on. Don't you? Oh, look at you. You're so cute giving me that perfect game. Oh, just let that play out. Bring it home, Dolph. Bring it home. Count them up. That's right, perfect game. I got 14 choices and 5 picks. Anybody want to make a prediction? So this way I can blame someone else when I don't get it? Okay, time's up. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go across the bottom because there's 5 on the very bottom. And we're gonna hope that one. Oh, yes! And still got 3 to go. I'm gonna go. Oh, let's do these ones up here. Sure, let's do these ones. 2 and come on, one more. Come on. You. That's how we're gonna do this. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. All right. No, that's fine. It's fine. Let's just go dump some cards. Sit down, Cesaro. I'm about to feed you dinner. There you go. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Back on track. We're back on track. You're thinking on the body. Well, we can try that on the next one. The moment you get a get a card limit reached after getting a perfect game, and on the last pick, on the bonus pick, no less. Apologies if that typing is overly loud. I just realized after typing everything how close the microphone was to the keyboard. If this game is anything, it is savage. It is savage like Randy, let me tell you. Just when you think you got this game figured out, they throw something. They throw something at you, or something happens, and you realize you really just know nothing. Why do I use comments? I'm glad someone finally asked about that. I have in past streams, usually to myself for the benefit of those on YouTube who end up watching it later. I have explained that. The reason being, no matter what I do in this event, I'm going to be an elite tier. There's nothing I can do to change that. I don't have enough. I don't have enough powerful cards to get into Ultimate yet. So knowing that, basically what I've done is I've added, I believe there's 3. I added Booker T, Kalisto, and Cesaro from Common Tier. What that's done, what I'll do, I'm going to go out of the bout, I'm going to finish it up, and I'm going to explain this again when you can see my main screen, because that's going to make it more obvious. So let's just wrap this up real quick. Count them up. And I do like your use of the word trick, because that is basically what it is. It's not any kind of an exploit or a glitch or anything like that. It's simply just playing the system. I find it's kind of akin to the, using uncommons in your Road to Glory deck to grind out +1s. It's kind of similar to that. Okay, so you had said body, so let's go around the body. Come on. I mean, it could be the face, but unless it is, not so much. Okay, so what I was saying, by putting in those commons in the bottom 3, it's effectively dropped my rank down far enough that, as you can see, I am just barely in elite tier. Now, what that does for me is you'll see right now I have a challenger who is in elite tier. But if I go out and back in, aha, I have someone in hardened tier. Immediately, I know they're going to have less rarity in their deck than anyone who's doing this in elite tier. So I already know the past opponent was going to be more powerful than the one I'm about to face now. It's just I don't like wasting bouts on ifs, and just using all your most powerful cards against decks of the same tier or rarity. There are too many variables you can't control. So I'll take the advantage that I can give myself easily. Oh, you were the... I wasn't paying attention. That was the fake bout. Cat Daddy, you and your fake bouts. And I have no ad bouts left. Well, I guess we're gonna go play Money in the Bank for a couple minutes, aren't we? So we'll be right back to Ring Dom. A couple minutes. I believe it was 2.5 minutes. We're gonna have another bout. So we're just gonna do a quick Money in the Bank. I'm starting to wonder if they get money for revenue for fake bouts the way they do with ads, because they seem to come up, if not equally, almost more so than your chance at using ads for free bouts. You get more fake bouts than real bouts. Speed and charisma. Speed and charisma? Well, okay. We'll go over here then. IOB11, hello and welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good Saturday night. I also hope if you are participating, your Ring Dom is going very well. If you are not already done. I know some people are in fact already finished this stuff and have been for a little while. Okay. Let's go here and hope for the best. Ooh, yeah, I thought that might happen. Well, I don't see this ending well for me at all, regardless. So, let's use Breeze. Let's get the +4, and then, unfortunately, fail miserably in the last tier. Yeah, there it is. Maybe you're not as good as you thought you were. Shut up, Triple H. Go away. Alright, how are we doing? Okay, good. We got our boat back. Oh, now you're being contrary. There we go. Sometimes it will take some time. The game does just randomly choose a challenger, and it will. You only have a chance of going the tier below if you are. I don't know the actual specific number, but I find it's around the first third of a particular tier that you'll still get the tier below. Anything over that, and you usually just get whatever tier you're in. Yeah, and that works for Sheamus as well. So, and that is kind of the silver lining to having multiple single Ultimate Fusions, is that eventually, if I keep going into that pot, I'm eventually going to get a duplicate that I can pro. So there is that. Kalisto, go sit in your corner. I'll deal with you later. Okay, so now the other part about using the commons that I haven't really explained yet is actually playing them on the board. So the reason Kalisto has his own corner is because both Booker T and Cesaro, regardless of which way the opponent goes to take the Kalisto, I can always take him back with one of those other two commons. What that does, that creates what I call a locked card on the board. So now, no matter what happens after I took him with Booker T, Kalisto is mine for good. He can't get to him. Obviously, Booker T's going to get taken again, but now I'll throw Sheamus up there. Now Booker T is locked in as well. So with common cards, I've already just locked up 2 of the 5 cards I need to win the match. It's a numbers game. If anyone's familiar with the Final Fantasy series, the game within the game of Final Fantasy VIII Triple Triad, that game came out a long time ago, and I've been a fan of that card game for a long time, wishing it was actually a real game you could play. So when this came along, I was real excited because this plays an awful lot like Triple Triad. As a smart tactic. Well, that's what I thought, because again, the idea of if you're throwing all your best cards out there, especially if it's all in the same tier, and you run up against guys who are running the same tier, and they pull one of your cards, they turn it over onto their side. Well, okay, you're going to have as much difficulty as trying to turn your card back as they were going to have to turn it in the first place. So all of a sudden now, one of your great cards is now your enemy. So at least with this, I have 2 or 3 cards that I know, first off, I know they're going to take it, but secondly, I know I'm going to take it back, and that's going to be the end of it. Now, the point where you run into difficulty with this, and I have so far been fortunate that I've not had to worry about it, is when your best cards get you just barely into that next base tier. So, for example, if my cards did get me just into Ultimate, is it worth it for me to stay in that tier? Because I know I'm going to move one level up further, and there's going to be one higher up tier card that I can get. That's when you have to ask yourself the hard question. You have a hockey question. Okay. When do I think Zetterberg will retire? Hopefully when his body just stops working at all. Up until that point, as long as he can get up and down the ice, I want him to be on the ice in a Red Wing sweater. He had an absolutely phenomenal year this year, and I'm very pissed that it was wasted on the season that we had. And I can only hope and pray that he can even partially emulate last season's effort going into next season. He's going to be an immediate. As soon as they can raise his numbers. Oh, look at that. Hey, talking hockey, we get a shard pull. Maybe there's something to that. But essentially, as soon as he does retire, his jersey, they're going to be planning a jersey raising ceremony. It's just going to happen. And a lot of people don't like me for this, but A, he's my favorite wing of all time, and B, he's one of the greatest wings of all time. When Zetterberg's jersey goes up, Pavel Datsyuk's is going with it, because they're basically brothers. If he stays in the shape that he's currently in, I could see him going a couple more seasons. Easily. Easily. So we got 2 more picks. Hey, that was a body piece, wasn't it? So you were actually correct on that one. Let's go. That was kind of dangerous. I knew the face wasn't going to reveal, but. Yeah. Do I have any tips for hardened tier? Well, first off, Steven Epic Tier, welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Are you specifically talking about ring domination or just in general? And Flair is correct. Making sure you log in every day and Money in the Bank are 2 very good ways to get cards to get you up in tier. Are you done? No, Xavier isn't quite done. So, I guess since we're waiting for bouts, I'm just going to continue to work on my... Basically, my wild deck is my garage for getting GP on my cards. Just want to finish off those games played, especially on that Ares, because I want to pro him. I want to have him pro'd and max level before the team event starts. I have the SummerSlam, Hardened, and going for Elite in Ring Dom. Is that good for free to play in general? Well, I mean, I would say yes. Supercard is an interesting monster in that there are so many variables with how you play that it's hard to quantify what is necessarily good. Okay, so basically, from what you're saying, is that you don't put money into it. But if you have a lot of free time, that is the offset. Oh, and thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. See, for example, within my team, I don't have as much time available in the team events as some of my other teammates. That does not mean that I don't pull my share. Most of my work, my effort goes into the first day of team events because that's when I'm available. And we have minimums set, so I basically ensure that by the end of the first day, I've already met the minimum that I've set on the rest of the team. I don't ask something of the team that I myself am not able to follow through on. Now, with that said, it becomes a balance, basically, of how much time do you want to put into it versus how fast do you want to progress in the game. If you're like me, I don't mind when I hit that wall sometimes. It can be a bit painful, it can be a bit frustrating, but I don't necessarily mind if it takes me a little bit longer to get up into that next tier. I know it's coming. I know I'm going to get there. Um, but if you're impatient, it. I mean, first off, my advice is don't get impatient with the game. But if you do, you got to step back and ask yourself, is it worth getting frustrated over? Um, if you've already got 2 of the cards out of your ring dom and you're not paying money into this, I think you're doing pretty good, sir. I think you're doing very well. This is only card 2 of 3 for me, and I'm probably going to stop there just because I don't have that kind of time. If I had that kind of time, you'd probably be watching a WrestleMania 33 deck rather than me being in Elite Plus Plus, trying to scratch into Ultimate. I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. I hope that all made sense. And I hope I haven't scared you away with my rambling. Flair is correct. Team event will start on Monday. They tend to do that every week. And they will end on the Tuesday night, which is nice. I like that they do keep it very regular. They don't shift that around too much. They do change the start times and end times sometimes, but other than that, they're pretty consistent. Okay, do we have a boat back yet? Oh, almost. Well, we'll just wait this one out. We can wait this out. We can wait one more minute. We'll have another little fireside chat. Hmm. Actually, you know what? That's exactly what I want to talk about, because I've wanted to get this off my chest for a little while. I don't know if anyone was playing before when they had the exclusive offers on the buying of the credits, but what they're offering right now as an exclusive offer to me is garbage. That is not a special offer at all. It's the same amount of coins, and they give you a crappy little Superstar Plus pack, and that's supposed to make it worth $7? No. Not a chance. See, the one I remember, and the one that I've actually bought a couple of times, was the one that was like, it was $12, and I think it was something like 1,250 credits. On top of it, filled up. It gave you full energy for King of the Ring, and I think it gave you a couple card pulls as well, if I remember correctly. Now that was worth it. That was worth putting money into if you wanted to put money into the game. That was worth waiting for, because it actually was more coins than you would have, or credits. I don't know why I keep saying coins. That was actually more credits than you would have gotten normally by buying the bundle that was the same price. Well, the weird thing was, they called it an exclusive offer, but it came around like every 2 weeks. So I guess technically it's still kind of exclusive, but I just saw it so much I never really thought of it as such. Okay, we got our boat back. And, oh, perfect. Don't even have to wait for the hardened boat. Yeah, and I would agree with that for sure. It looks way more tempting at lower tiers to buy in to card packs in this game than it does in the higher tiers. Oh man, I I've seen videos of guys opening up packs. I hope I hope they had some kind of a deal with Cat Daddy because man, that's a lot of credits. You're talking like four, five, six. Uh, at the time, Elite was the highest card pack that I was watching these. But you're watching people open four, five, six packs of these things, and I'm like, my goodness, that's a lot of money. You've probably just spent more than one of my paychecks for 2 weeks of work. It's crazy. But I mean, there are people out there that's how they enjoy the game. They've got the money that they can spend. It doesn't put them behind. Maybe they do. Maybe it's a pseudo gambling problem, but I'm not one to judge. But some people can feasibly put that kind of money into the game, and that's just how they do. It's not how I do. I need to keep a roof over my head. But for some people, that's not an issue. Money is not an issue. Well, now see, here's the thing for me. Um, I don't mind putting some money here and there into a game that is free. Uh, so long as I feel like it's an accurate representation of what my enjoyment that I've gotten out of said game is worth. A good example of this, and a game that does this very well, that I might put on this channel or on YouTube in the future, is one I've played for a little while. It's a hack and slash. It's called Path of Exile. Path of Exile is completely free. It's free to sign up. It's free to play. There's no subscription. However, they do have a system for microtransactions, but it is not like what you would expect. All the microtransactions in Path of Exile are cosmetic. They have absolutely no functional advantage over anything else in the game. So, basically, whether or not you put money into buying anything in this game or not makes absolutely no difference to how you will progress in the game. I actually love that. I love that a lot. It basically turns microtransactions. Wow. I think I'm going to be going to bed relatively soon because I think I'm starting to lose all coherence. What that does is it turns microtransactions into a way for people to just give themselves a nice little something, a little trinket, but it's more so about thanking, I guess, the devs for their hard work in creating a game that you enjoy, that's not going to tip the balance of how well you do in the game. Can you get it on mobile? I don't believe so. I don't even think it's on console, actually. I think it's only on PC. Let me just double check that. I am slightly incorrect. No, you still can't get it on mobile, but it appears that they've just very recently they've ported it to Xbox One. So if you have an Xbone, then you are in luck. Otherwise, if you have a PC that's even just not, I wouldn't even say powerful, as long as it's relatively healthy, it's not a super big game. As far like it doesn't push your computer to any great limits. And even if it does, you can scale the graphics down, and it runs just fine. But if you like games like Diablo, I would definitely check it out. Oh, right then. Where are we going to go? Mm-mm-mm. I still don't. Oh, man, I don't know. Do I have console? I have. Let me run down the list. I obviously have PC. I also have PS4. I have. Let's see. I have PS4. I do not have a Switch. I do not have an Xbox One. I have a Wii U, a PS3, an Xbox 360, PS2, PS1, N64, Super, and Classic NES. Handhelds, Vita, PSP, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. Oh, and Sega Game Gear. I'm going to go across the top. I hope to get lucky. Oh, come on. You're killing me here. Oh, come on. Come on. What games on PS4? Generally RPGs. Um, I'm probably gonna. I'm debating on picking up WWE 2K17, mostly because I know if I just wait a few more months, I can just wait until 2K18 comes out, and it'll probably be even better. Same for NHL. I kind of wanted to pick up 17. I think I'm gonna wait and wait for the next version to come out. But it's generally RPGs. I have a few other games, but I don't really play them a whole lot. You can, if you want to shoot me off your PS4 handle, or if you'd like to get mine, you can absolutely add me. I should really put some of this stuff down in my information stuff down below the stream window. The things you think of at midnight. Yeah, Flair, what you could do, just shoot that off to me on Twitter, and I can try to add you later on, after the stream is done. I do have a different name on the PS4, so either I can get yours or I can shoot you off mine, and we can get that set up later. Okay, how is my Austin Aries doing? I haven't checked on him in a while. Okay. Speed and Charisma are almost done, funny enough. And power and toughness are a little over halfway. Discus 5 arm is done. I'll do a couple more of these until our bouts come back. Okay. Yeah, I love it when they make it easy. Just give me the double GP match right off the bat. I can't remember which one Xavier has done or not, so I'm going to use Corbin. Why don't I pro him because since he's maxed out? Well, that depends on what you mean by maxed out. Because, as I'll bring it back up here to show you, he is not technically at max. His level is maxed, but he himself is not. So take a look at this Ares, and I'll bring up my other one and I'll show you what I mean. If you look at the total matches for power, toughness, speed, and charisma, and also down on the ability, that is in fact a gauge. And you want to have that gauge maxed out on all 4 stats and the ability before you do anything else with the card. Because every time you hit one of the 10s, so 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever, you get another bonus to that stat or to the ability. If you don't max that out before you pro, you will guaranteed not be able to get the most powerful version of that pro card. Yep, so if you want what people refer to as a perfect pro, I think the game does as well, and I don't know, because it's been a long time since I've not done it the complete way, but I know the game does show perfect pro. But when players are talking about perfect pro, they're talking about everything. Levels, games played on all the stats, everything is maxed out, then pro'd, then the levels maxed again, and the GPs are maxed out again. That is your apex card. That is as high as it will ever go. Just based on wherever you put your bonuses from hitting each of the 5 levels. That's really the only customization you can do. I mean, it's still going to be usable, but in a mirror match, if your pro Elite Cesaro goes up against another pro Elite Cesaro that has every stat maxed out in games played, I can guarantee you, unless his ability doesn't go off and yours does, and the match is based on the right stats, you're probably going to lose. Just because his card will naturally have higher stats. It's a bit of a grind, but it makes a huge difference. No problem. And one other thing I will mention about that, because other people have, they've found out about the games played, but they thought that for games played to register on the gauge, that it had to be a win. That is not the case. Whether or not, I'll do a match here. So I'll put Sasha Banks and Maurice in. So they're going to win this match. So they're both going to get +1 to their power games played. That is not dependent on the fact that they won the match. For example, I'm going to put Ares back in for toughness and charisma. He's going to get the crap kicked out of him by this pro Elite Cesaro, he's still going to get the games played for being in that match, even though he lost. So it seems like a grind, but because of that, it's not that bad. You just need to sit down and hammer out the games. And if you sit down and just do it, it goes by a lot faster than you think it would. The only reason I haven't is because I knew that an event was coming up that I wanted to prep for, and I couldn't fit him into the Ring Dom deck. Whoa! Okay. Yeah, hi. I'm glad I decided to train my Aries. That worked out well for me. Uh, Hello, Dean. Gonna take a snapshot of that. Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I guess my pity pull reset. Yeah, that just happened. Okay. Yeah, sure. That's cool. I mean, it's a single, but even so, I'm not scoffing at it. All right, that's good. Actually, you know what? Let's go in and do I? That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good portrait of Deem. But do I have one that's better? Man, Clutch, I wasn't even keeping track of my board resets. I had no idea I was, I don't think that was a pity pull. I don't think I was that far in. I think the game just naturally gave me that pull. See, I could go way back. I could go to his really old stuff, like Shield stuff. But I don't know. It doesn't look that good. What about this one? Maybe. That's kind of funny. Nah, I think I'm just going to go with the actual Elite portrait. Yeah. Alright, well, with that done, we've got a boat back. So let's jump back in. See, I wouldn't mind waiting between bouts at all if I knew that I could just go in, train some of my cards up, and just get one of my tier pulls. You know, that'd be great. Let's just do that every time. Okay. Kalisto, you know where to go. Sit in your corner. I can't. Yeah. No, I definitely didn't expect that at all. That was a nice little moment. That's not something I expected to happen at all. Okay, now, where do we go from here? I know I'm not the only one. Oh, it's a terrible reference. What is that? That's like, is that Filter? That's like 15 years old, if not more. Anyway, let's try. I'm going to stay on the left, just because, I don't know, every time I go right, it doesn't seem to give me anything. Now, because this is what I think of these things, I have to wonder now, if I hadn't gone, if I had waited, and not gone into the wild mode to pull that Dean Ambrose, would the next rare pull I gotten on Ringdom, would it have been the Elite Dean Ambrose? My opinion on the Superstar shakeup. I didn't mind it. I think they moved the people they needed to move, because most of the people they moved, their gimmicks were getting bland. They had already gone through the entire roster of, well, if not the entire roster, they had gone through the opponents that they were going to have. Especially, for example, for Charlotte. Charlotte needed to get off Raw. It was clear that she had done everything she was going to do in Raw, and they needed a fresh look for her. So moving her to SmackDown was extremely smart. I don't know if I necessarily agree with the reports that the whole gang up that they're doing now with Natty and Carmella and Tamina is being used to propagate a face turn for Charlotte. This is what I'm hearing. I don't know if I like that or not. I think it's very premature. I don't think they've given her nearly enough time to go through her queen heel gimmick on SmackDown as an independent brand yet. I guess if they want to do that, it's okay, but I don't think it's the best decision. Kevin Owens going to SmackDown, and it's going to be Kevin Owens. It's definitely not going to be Jericho's not going to win that match. He's going on tour with his band soon. There's no way that they're going to switch brands and put a belt on him if he's going away for any extended period of time. That would just be silly. I mean, why would you do that? Why would you put a belt on someone who's never going to be around? Oh, hi there. I see Brock Lesnar on my screen. Surely I can't be talking about him, can I? Not that I'm bitter or anything. But yeah, Kevin Owens going to SmackDown, good move. Charlotte, SmackDown, good move. Bray Wyatt to Raw. That's interesting. Actually, Bray Wyatt in general has been very interesting because he's gotten his finger in a lot of different pies all of a sudden. Dealing with the resolution of the feud with Randy Orton. Then he shows up and he threatens Finn Balor. And then he shows up and tag teams with The Miz. And what? He's everywhere all of a sudden, and I don't know if I like that. I like a focused Bray Wyatt. I don't even know anymore because the graphics have changed since they first slated the House of Horrors match. I don't even know if he can win back the title now or not. I don't think he can, because it would be very weird having the possibility of both main belts being on the same show. That would be really weird. Unless they move Brock to SmackDown. He could beat up John Cena again. He could beat up Kevin Owens. That'd be okay. I'd be fine with that. Adrail the Killer 33. Hello and welcome to the stream. Can I check your team deck? Uh, maybe. Um, Sorry, you just have to bear with me. It's kind of late. I am getting a little bit loopy. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday night. Can I check your team deck? In-game name, Drake. Okay, okay, yes. I'm sitting here wondering. Well, yeah, I can check it. I could check his team deck, but how would I do that? I see you've provided me with your team name, and that would make it very easy, wouldn't it? Oh man, it's getting late. Yes, I can do that. Do you mind your information for your team being up on the stream? If the answer is no, I will quickly throw my standby screen up to provide you with privacy. Basically, what I'm asking, Adriel, if I search your team right now, it's going to put your team's information up on my screen, which will then be on the stream for anyone on the internet to see. I'm basically asking if you are okay with that, or if you would like me to use some discretion and put up another overlay that would in fact hide that information from the stream. I'm fine with it either way. I'm mostly just asking for your sake. Okay. Now, I just wanted to make sure. So let's see. So it was S3 early. Oh, nice. Couple of event cards in there. Good stuff. Very nice, very nice. Well, clearly your ring dom went very well. That looks like it's a real boat. I'm going to try it. Yes, alright, here we go. Let's do another one. Do I recommend anything? Other than just keep doing your best and try to get the best card you can. It it looks good to me because it looks a whole lot better than what I have. Okay, you keep losing ranked. Uh, I mean, you could always. I don't know what your selection of support cards are, but you could always try using different supports. You can also. How heavily do you use your enhancements? That could help as well, especially in mirror matches. And just for the sake of clarification, because I know it's probably the question's probably popping up in some people's heads, I am in fact using common cards on purpose for a reason. So no worries there. Okay. Yeah, King of the Ring is it's a fickle mistress to begin with. And if you have any segment of your team that is lacking, like you're saying, that makes it very hard. I, I, King of the Ring. If in my experience, if you're not in the top third of the gauge for that rarity to begin with, you're in for a long road. If you do hit the brackets, it ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. And I can only imagine at those tiers it being even more difficult. Only good diva I have is Bailey. Where are you on your ladder for games played? Are you close to a ladder pull? And if you are, is it male or female? Because you might get something good from that if you're not too far away. What are you doing, Heath? Oh, that's silly. Okay, so that's done. Now, let's work some magic here. Come on, let's give the people what they want. Give them a shard pull. Let's do this. We're gonna go... Where are we gonna go? Actually, does anybody want to call their shot? A couple more people in the audience right now. Does anybody want to call their shot? Anyone have a prediction where the shard is, where I should go? Center right. And Flair, you say body. Okay. So I have center right. We'll do that first. No luck. I'll go to Flair. So you said body. So, well, it would technically be this one. Nothing there. Two left. Ah, I'm going to go this way. Come on, 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 come on. Oh, okay, so let's take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I have 24 shards left to go. And a limited amount of time with which to play. I might have to make a hard decision tomorrow about whether or not I want to spend credits, because I don't have much left. Spam click anywhere. Now, when you say spam click anywhere, are you saying pick anywhere on the board and just spam click the crap out of that one spot? Or to just randomly spam click the entire board like crazy? Okay, click the board like crazy. Okay. Oh, we can give that a shot too. So we have 6.5 minutes. Let's go back and just briefly work on Aries again. Okay, so everything still needs at least 1. Once charisma goes up 1, I can forget about charisma. I really just want to finish this card so I can pro it. Ultimate's Kofi and Mania 33 is Brian. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so Xavier just needs power and charisma. You gonna pull an all-nighter for that Kofi, eh, Flair? I wish I could do that, but that's not the life of a father. Especially the father of a young child. That does not work. They are on their own schedule. And man, does it require sleep. Alright, 2 more minutes. so let's go. Oh, actually, I think that's the first charisma that he's had, so he's down on charisma. Yeah, pretty much. Because when they get up, they're up. And they don't care whether you're tired or not. Yeah, grinding's not fun. If I'm home doing it, I prefer to do it in the background of something else I'm already doing. Um, it's easy to get away with doing it on work breaks and on lunches, just as a little something you can do. Um, it lets you kind of pick away at it little by little. Okay, so where are you at now? You are done. Okay, so he's done charisma. How about Xavier? Okay, he's almost there. He's almost there. We should have a boat back now. Yes. Perfect. Well, it pretty much comes down to time management. I make sure I make time for the important things in my life, and then I go to work. But seriously, you know, you you make the best of the time you have. I mean, that's it is a lot of stuff to think about. Raising, having a family, working, and that's not even to say, there. I technically run a small company on the side as well, but that's a group of people that run that together. So it's not all on my shoulders. So I don't have to think about it all the time. Um, but yeah, it's like with anything in life. You've if you feel it's worth making the time for, you'll find the time, and everything else will just kind of fall into place. But it is good to make sure you step back and give yourself time to recuperate and just to kind of to refresh, especially, you know, sometimes you have long work weeks, and like for me, the last week work wasn't that great, and it was hard to drag my butt over here to Twitch to sit down and stream. But you know, I'm just loving it so much that I don't want to let the other things in my life discourage me from doing it, because I'm enjoying it so much. And that to me makes it, you know, it clearly says to me that it's worth it to me. Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate the support greatly. I mean, you have no idea. Um, I I I don't think I would have ever imagined, you know, a week and a half ago, or when exactly it was that when I started, that I'd already be looking at, you know, I'm staring down the barrel of almost 40 subscribers on Twitch and 20 on YouTube. Especially with the affiliate program, you know, that target in the distance of 50 followers, 50 Twitch followers, um, being so close to that already really kind of is the kick in the pants. You know, I really want to keep this going. I want to expand it. I want to bring in new games. I want to have more interaction with my audience. You know, I want to take this as far as I can go with it. I want to really make it into something special. When do I think I'll end the stream? Well, I mean, as long as people aren't getting bored. You know, in all honesty, though, it probably shouldn't. It probably shouldn't go too much longer. Just where we're really scraping out votes at this point. Uh, nah. Unfortunately, it's gonna have to end way before I get Ember Moon. Um, I'm hoping that I can get on again tomorrow night. The wife doesn't work as late on Sundays, and I work on Mondays, so that makes it hard to stay up quite as late on those evenings. But I'm hoping if I haven't gotten it by then, I can jump on Twitch just for a little while and maybe eke out that last little bit. Yeah, close to getting her sound a little bit more accurate at this point. Man, these are some deep, deep pulls that I'm getting here. Let's go left. Whew. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yes, I would agree. It's definitely worth it. Um, I do have a use for her. She will be going in event decks for Road to Glory. Because right now my lowest female right now is my hardened. I want to say hardened Charlotte, and then everything else is elite. So I want to shore that up. I want to get that. I want to get rid of that weak link on the female side. Let's see, just under 3 days for my ultimate to finish cooking. Well, okay. I think what we're going to do, I'll see if I can get to the top of the hour, and then we'll probably call it a night. As far as the stream goes, I'll probably still pick away at it until the wife gets home and we can get settled in for the night. But it's getting a little painful to wait, 10-15 minutes for every bout. So rather than drag this out unnecessarily, we'll go another 15-20 minutes, and we'll probably call it a night after that. But for now, let's keep working on Austin. I will say though, I mean, even ending this before we get Ember tonight, at least I did get that Dean. At least I got that Dean Ambrose. That was right out of left field. That's definitely, as far as on my side of it, the highlight of the stream, I would say. Because at least that gives you guys, at least there was something really interesting that happened, just kind of out of the norm, the monotonous grind. Wow, okay. Well, I don't think I had that one. That's kind of cool. I'm getting really high pulls all of a sudden. It's just a shame I can't pull them that easily in Ring Dom. Oh, that's right. I had a hardened Finn Balor, but I wasn't going to use him, so I threw him in the fusion pot. That's part of how I made that ultimate fusion. Almost, I forgot about that. Okay, 15 seconds. Yeah, change yeah. Xavier's been there for a little while. I'm hoping to change it with Ember soon, but maybe we'll throw Dean in there for tomorrow's stream if I can get on. And the day is definitely catching up with me. I'm like, my head's bobbing all over the place. I'm just about to pass out. So yeah, I think it's wise that we'll call it at the top of the hour. Unfortunately, don't think we'll get any more big surprises like Dean or anything else for the remainder, but I guess you never know. Oh. This might not end well. Huh. I guess it depends on where he places. Well, let's just try it. Oh, I got lucky. Oh. All he had to do was put that Roman in the corner. I know it's AI, but well, let's face it, that's pretty stupid AI. Yeah, and if I'm not streaming, I reset the app when I'm by myself. But you know, I'll eat the loss if I have to on stream. That's okay. I don't mind that every now and then because it doesn't happen very often. No. No. Ah, there we go. There we go. I got one. So we got 23 shards left to get for tomorrow. Oy. Right here, maybe? Here? Nope. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. You are probably not wrong, Flair. Where are we at here? Okay, well, we did break the 2-hour mark, so that's not too bad. Well, I'm going to think about it tonight. I might do one, I might buy one set of 12 doublers. We'll see how the morning goes. But unless my luck changes, I'm probably going to have to go that route. Because I can't not get that card. But all the same, thank you for coming out. And to anyone who is watching this after the fact, thank you for tuning in and taking a look at the archive of the stream. This will be on YouTube momentarily. If you're watching it there now, then clearly it succeeded. This is Agent B13. I will hopefully be back tomorrow on Sunday. If not, I will see you in the next stream, whenever that may be. You guys take care, and I'll see you then.